This is the first episode of our Crypto Psychology series, a series meant to help you see the market differently. Today's video isn't about hype or predictions, it's about calm, about confidence, because right now, a lot of people in the market are scared. The market has dropped again, and with it, emotions are running high. Fear, doubt, despair. People are asking, will the market recover? Will altcoins rise again? Should I hold my positions or sell everything? If you've been asking yourself the same questions, this message is for you. Let's take a breath and look at what's really happening. The market isn't math, it's people. Most beginners think if they study charts hard enough, they'll predict the next move. The reality is simpler and harsher. Prices move because people feel something: fear, greed, hope, desperation. Those emotions drive every rally and every crash. Think back. In 2021, Bitcoin hit roughly $69,000. Everybody was talking about 100,000. Headlines promised a new era. Then, reality came, and over the following months, we saw prices under $16,000. People who bought near the top sold in panic near the bottom. Same pattern, different year. There are players who understand this pattern very, very well. I call them manipulators, not because they're magicians, but because they understand human behavior. They don't guess the market, they shape the crowd's reaction to it. When prices are rising, they feed confidence. News, hot takes, forecasts. When prices fall, they amplify fear. Bad headlines, doomsayers, doubt. They don't fight emotions, they use them. While everyone else reacts, these players quietly build positions. Now let's talk about the slow part, the accumulation phase. This is the longest, quietest, and most boring part of the cycle. It's also the most profitable if you're able to sit through it. When Bitcoin sits at $25,000 to $30,000 and altcoins look dead, that's the time the pros buy. Not loudly, not on social media. They buy quietly, over months. The headlines are gone. The hype has faded. Most people have left. That's exactly when the big players are accumulating. This is where a lot of retail investors fail the psychology test. When you buy at the top, a 20 to 30% drawdown feels catastrophic. Imagine you bought DOT at $50 and it falls to $40. That's a painful 20% drop. It's scary because you bought high and the numbers look bad. Now imagine a different scenario. You bought DOT at $5 and it drops to $4. Again, 20%. But the dollar loss is only $1. The feeling is completely different, right? The pain is smaller. The math is kinder. That's the point. A 20 to 30% drawdown in an accumulation phase is often just noise, a normal part of building a position. It's not a disaster, it's a cost of doing business. Buying at the absolute bottom is a fairy tale. It happens to lucky newcomers, not to dependable investors. And yet, this is exactly where the manipulator wins. He knows that fear doesn't come from numbers, it comes from imagination. When you see minus 20% on the screen, you're not afraid of the math. You're afraid of what could happen next. What if it keeps falling? What if this time it never recovers? That's what makes most people sell at the worst possible moment. But the difference between losing and learning is perspective. If you believe you're in accumulation, you see a drop as an opportunity. If you think you're in distribution, you see it as danger. The skill is to know which one you're in, not based on headlines, but on understanding the rhythm of the market. Now, let's fast forward to the next phase, the rise, the comeback, the euphoria. Bitcoin breaks $40,000, then $50,000, then $60,000 again. Suddenly, everyone who mocked crypto months ago becomes a believer. Influencers start shouting, "We're back!" News outlets that were silent for 2 years now publish bullish predictions daily. The crowd doesn't realize that this is not the beginning. It's the middle of the end. They're not early, they're late. And the same people who were accumulating quietly now start distributing loudly. They sell into the hype, transferring risk back to the impatient. This is the cruel beauty of every market cycle. The impatient feed the patient, over and over again. Those who chased profits end up providing them to those who waited. Euphoria always looks like strength, until the music stops. When everything feels easy, when everyone seems to be winning, that's when the trap is closing. After every top comes silence again. The charts fall. Social media goes quiet. The same crowd that celebrated days ago starts doubting again. Some swear they'll never invest again. Others blame manipulation, bad luck, or the market itself. But the market doesn't punish anyone. It simply reveals who learned and who didn't. The truth is there is no next big thing. There's only the next cycle. And those who survive one cycle prepared for the next are the ones who win long term. Patience is not weakness. It's discipline. It's control. It's the one advantage the retail investor still has, because big players have money, tools, and influence. But they can't buy time. You can. So when the market falls again, and it will, remember this. Every drop tests your patience. Every rally tests your ego. Both are part of the same lesson. The goal isn't to predict the market. The goal is to stay in the game long enough to see the cycle repeat and to act differently this time. The market doesn't reward noise. It rewards silence. It rewards those who wait while others panic, those who listen when the crowd screams. Move wisely. The Shadow of Satoshi.